might be PR nightmares in the Divas, but you got to look at guys like Bell and Brown. I'm not saying that they get both of them, but what are the thoughts of Brown and or Bell becoming a Colt?
I'm not open to Bell because I don't think Bell's a need. You have kind of a breakthrough here of Marlon Mack, who's dealt with injuries, or else he would have had a 1,000-yard season, and he had a fantastic playoff game in Houston last week. We'll see what he does against Kansas City's porous rush defense today. And I think they like the sum of the parts of their running back core with not only Mack, but the two young draft picks from this year, Nyheim Hines, who's kind of a Swiss Army knife, and Jordan Wilkins, who's more of the blocking back, but a guy that has a lot of potential as a pass catcher as well. And I don't think Bell is really going to be a target for them. The Colts already have a pretty nice Nissan Maxima. There's no reason to go out and get the Mercedes-Benz. You can get by with the Maxima.
I love that. That's
wide
great.
receiver is concerned, wide receiver actually is in need because thank God for Dontrell Inman. And no offense to Dontrell Inman, who's a really nice player, but if Dontrell Inman is your second best wide receiver, then you have a problem at wide receiver. So I'm much more open to Antonio Brown. I know that he basically quit on his team in Week 17, but he's going to be 31 years old, so it's a little bit of a smaller window. But the Colts can easily absorb that contract. It's got, I think, 3 years left on it, and he's been insanely productive. He's the only receiver ever to have 6 straight 100-catch seasons. So I'm much more open to Brown. But I think at this point, Marlon Mack is playing the Colts out of the Le'Veon Bell sweepstakes.
Kit, do you have any thoughts on Bell or Brown?
Yeah, I don't think that Chris Ballard is going to give either of them a second thought because what Chris Ballard is doing is building a culture, and I don't think either of those guys fit this culture. This isn't about stacking talent. This is about finding guys who fit in that locker room and fit the culture that you're trying to build. And Antonio Brown has shown himself not to be a team-first guy. And because of that, I think he's DQ'd from being considered by the Colts. I think they're going to be active in free agency because they have to. You have to spend 91% of the salary cap on a 4-year rolling average. This year, they fell way short of that. Next year, they've got $122 million under the cap right now. They got to find a way to spend money, but I don't think it's going to be on those kinds of guys. I think that Chris Ballard is very protective of the culture he's trying to build, and it's part of the reason for the success this year in the 10-6 and winning in Houston in the playoffs and playing in this game today. I think is cultural, and I don't think they're going to sacrifice that to go get a shiny guy.
Yeah,
well,
I
guys,
don't think I get either of them.
Go ahead.
I just think that Brown is of those two options, Tom. Brown is the one that I would be more open to, but I agree with Kent. I don't think. To get Brown, first off, he's not a free agent, and they're not going to release him. So Brown is probably going to cost you a number 1 and a number 2, if not even more than that. So I don't think either of those guys are going to be Colts, but I don't think at this point that Bell is even going to be a guy that they look at in free agency.
Well, it's been great having you guys on. Hey, before I let you guys go, a local story that gained a lot of national attention, and that's Tyler Trent. And we'll start with you, Derek. I want to get your thoughts on this. Just what a great feel-good story, if you will. I know he died of cancer, but just that Purdue embraced him. I know you guys are the one of the affiliate stations for Purdue. You carry the football and basketball games. You're very familiar with Purdue, but you're also very familiar with this story with Tyler Trent. And how awesome was it to see the entire Purdue football team show up for the funeral of Tyler Trent? This is a story that gained national attention on all major networks. What a great story this was. Talk with us a little bit about Tyler Trent.
Yeah, when he came on the show a couple times, but he told us once, he was kind of giving his background story, and he had been originally diagnosed with cancer when he was in high school at Carmel. And he beat that at that point and went into remission for a time. And then the second diagnosis came very early on after he had decided to go to Purdue in his freshman year. And he told us that one of the biggest regrets that he had was the fact that the first time around, he didn't really do anything to raise money for cancer awareness or use his platform in any kind of meaningful way. And he wanted to do that the second time around. And, little did anybody know that this story, thanks to College Game Day, was going to explode the way that it did. And he raised millions. He inspired millions of people with what he was able to do with his story and just showing his face and showing his fight and being public with all of that. So it was amazing. He was an amazing kid from an amazing family. And he did so much in those 3 months, October, November, December, into New Year's Day when he passed away, that it's his impact really is incalculable.
Absolutely, and what a sad story it was. Kent, go ahead and give us your thoughts on the Tyler Trent story.
Well, what I hope it is an ongoing story. I hope that people remember. You know, we tend to focus on a story like this, and then 6 weeks later, we've forgotten the kid's name, and we've forgotten the lessons that he taught us. And I think that Tyler Trent's lessons that he taught us at the age of 20, as he valiantly battled the way he did, and not just battled, but lived the way he did, I hope that sticks with us, because I think it's profoundly important. And if it does, we're going to be better for him. And if we're not disciplined about it, we're going to forget about it, and we're going to revert back to form. And I really hope that doesn't happen.
Well, we're a national show, and I appreciate you guys indulging us. We are going to be talking with Ed Kratz, beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to be breaking down the other games. But real quickly, Kent and Derek, what are your thoughts for the rest of the divisional playoffs today?
I think it's going to be upsets this weekend, minus the Eagles and the Saints. I think the Saints win down in New Orleans. Other than that, I like the Cowboys against the Rams. I love the Colts against the Cheifs. And I really like, and don't ask me why, I guess it's just my lack of affinity for the Patriots and all things Belichick and Brady. I like the Chargers against the Patriots.
Kent,
wow, all four road teams.
Hey, yeah. Ride the road. I hope the Chargers beat the Patriots. I definitely hope that. And yes, let's root for the Eagles as well, because I live vicariously with the Eagles. I like them a lot. The bad thing about it is I'm a Chiefs fan too. In the real world, when we're not fighting today, I root on the Chiefs. So, what are your thoughts, Derek, on the teams? It sounds like you're going to go in a different direction than Kent.
Well, I just want Kent to know that I looked at the Vegas odds today, and all four road teams pays, I think, 30-1. So, Kent, if you want to throw like $20 on that, I would suggest doing that, man. That's a nice little payday. Look, I'm sort of on board with Kent, just not all the way. In fact, I like both of the AFC road teams. I don't really like either of the NFC road. I just don't think the Eagles can score enough points to win in New Orleans. I just don't. 16 points against the Bears is all well and good. 16 points against the Saints isn't going to do anything. Saints will beat them by 30 if they score 16. So I'd be really shocked if Philly – I know they have this postseason magic thing going on. I'd be really stunned if they went to New Orleans and won. But I think Dallas has a great chance against the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams in a close one, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Dallas won. But I like the Chargers. I just think they're better than New England. I don't think this is a vintage Patriots team. It's hard to bet against them at home, but I think the Chargers get that done. And I like the Colts too. I kind of wrestled back and forth with this game, but I just think the Colts balance and their versatility, they can adjust to the game more than Kansas City can. And I think they jump on the Chiefs early and take that crowd out of it because, as we know, the Chiefs are one of those fan bases where they wait for the other shoe to drop. They're expecting to fail because they've always failed. And I think that ends up being a big key to that atmosphere today.
And just so I don't sound like a kook, I didn't pick the Eagles. I don't think that the Eagles are going to win down in New Orleans. I may have been unclear. I'm picking the Saints over the Eagles, and I don't think that's going to be close.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said you all liked all four road teams.
Hey, Kent, you've been known to make a bet on the air where you dyed your hair blonde. What kind of guarantees can you give us with your bets today? What are you going to do? You're going to shave your head? What can we get from you?
The only guarantee that I can make, Tom, is that I'm not going to look ridiculous anymore because I opened my big mouth on a radio show and then had to sit for 4 hours to get my hair bleached white. That will not happen again. I guarantee that.
Derek, did you make a New Year's resolution to show some brotherly love to your brother Derek Schultz in 2019? I mean,
you mean Query?
Query. I'm losing my mind, Derek. You know who I meant.
If I had any inkling that brotherly love would be reciprocated, then maybe I'd be open to that. No, we're gonna kind of keep it the way that it is, separate but equal. How about that? Yeah.
Well, you know what? Stick with what works, guys. We appreciate you joining us, Kent Sterling. Where can people find your work and your masterpieces, sir?
Oh, CBS Sports 1430, the radio.com app, and, of course, on Twitter at Kent Sterling.
Thank you very much, sir. Derek Schultz, where can people find your work and masterpieces?
iHeartRadio app. You can just search Query and Schultz, and then on Twitter at Schultz975.
All right, guys, we appreciate it. We've got to move on down the road, mosey on down the road. Go Colts!
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks,
Go
Tom.
Colts.
Thanks. Kent Sterling and Derek Schultz joined us to play the Homer game with the Indianapolis Colts. My name is Tom Marquis. I'll be right back, 917-889-8516. We're just getting geared up. We're just getting worked up. That's right. Let's get going. I'm excited. How about you? We might be snowed in here in Indianapolis, but it's exciting.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active-duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike, you know.
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your move.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything.
All right, welcome back to the balance. 917-889-8516 is our digit. So glad that you could join us. It is divisional round playoffs. with the NFL. Doesn't that just give you goosebumps, or is it just because we're snowed in? Either which way, it's an exciting day to be snowed in here in Indianapolis. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to hang around the house. That's right.